back to my channel, sports fans. Okay, let's get into this one right here. What a joke, right? What a joke. What a joke this is. And I try to tell you guys, this is all we have to choose from. Is these two imbeciles, these two fools, these two nobodies, right? To run our economy, right? To run our lives. To me, they just run an economy as puppets and overseers. This is who you got to vote for, right? You know, instead of these people being serious about what's going on, this is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about. So I'm in the car again. I got some stuff to do this morning, but man, this is just, you know, I always call this place the divided states. It really is, right? This is what we show our children. It's no United States. It's always been divided. There should be no president, right? These people should just work together to help people out. You know, we pay all these damn taxes, trillions of dollars in taxes a year. There's no way one party should be running this country. Everything should be united. But it's not that. It's not united. And boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. Goodness gracious. You got one right here that's running for the president of the United States Corporation, right? Who has all these felony counts up against him. And I don't care if he got convicted or not. Nobody can even vote with even a quarter of these counts. And they got this guy running for president. They got another one running for president who has helped destroy this economy with Biden. Helped destroy it. And these are the puppets and overseers we got to choose from. I'm trying to tell you, the United States is over. If you have been here in the United States for a long time, you already know this is not even the United States no more. It's not the United States. I don't know what it is. It's not the place I grew up in. It's just not. Like I said, you're bringing in people when there's already people here struggling, failing to get by, and you're bringing in other people illegally, and the people who are already struggling to get by have to foot that bill. So my groceries, my cost of living, and all this stuff has to go up because this administration has brought in illegal people. Again, you have a policy, right, in the law, in the Department of Immigration for people to come in here and do it right. And millions of people do that a year. They pay thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, right, to do background tests. Do backgrounds, to do health tests, everything to get to the United States and do it right. And then you have an administration that did it wrong. They didn't check to see if these people had any disease. That's how you better go read the law. The people who come over here and do it right, they're supposed to get checked for all kind of diseases, get shots, pay thousands of dollars, not only to immigration to do background checks, but pay thousands of dollars to lawyers to be able to do this paperwork, because you got to know the jargon of the paperwork. So you're paying thousands of dollars so you end up paying thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars just to get to the United States if you do it right. That's the law. An administration broke the law. Not only the law of doing background checks to see if these people are criminals, thugs, killers, rapists, gang members, anything, but they failed, right, to see if these people are full of disease before they came in this country. That's the law. Look it up. And they brought these people over here, let them come over by the tens of millions all year without doing these things, and let these people in, not only not getting those things checked, but let them come in and get jobs from Americans. What don't you guys understand? This ain't about feeling sorry for immigrants. No, it ain't. If you feel so sorry for immigrants, why aren't you helping their countries out? You seem to want to spend billions of dollars for these wars, but why don't you help these people's countries out, their economies? Why don't you do that? They don't feel sorry for these people. They only want these people over here to replace the generational people that's over here and have these people coming over here working for nothing when they first get here. That's it. Remember, they sent you through 12 years of school, having you know all this language, this history, all this stuff in the United States. That's what they do with your children. But people just walk in here not knowing any English, any history, any ups and downs of the United States, and just walk in here and start up businesses not knowing English. I'm being dead ass damn serious. Get an 800 credit score just like that. Get a brand new car, $10,000 in the bank. Well, am I saying they do it as soon as they come in? No, I'm not trying to say that. But I'm just saying a lot of them do after 3 to 5 years without even going through a damn system that most Americans went through. So we're not talking about real issues in the United States. What about all the poison that they put in our damn food? Right? Look on the back of a label. It's full of chemicals. You see all those names and ingredients? That's not food. That's chemicals that come from a lab. Right? Or it's full of sugar and oil. All the food. What about them cutting down the damn all the forests in the United States? What about that? You know what's funny? They keep building and building, tearing down land, destroying wildlife, just killing wildlife, destroying it. See you later. For what? The world is depopulating. The United States is depopulating. The birth rate is at an all-time low. So why are they building so many more houses and putting up so many commercial buildings if the population is at a decrease? And you have all these damn abandoned cities with nobody there. I'm trying to tell you, man, this world is about to be over. It ain't too much to be said for this world. And you know, this so-called criminal Trump, not only could anybody run for president, and like I tell you, nobody could vote if they had this many criminal charges. It's funny because all this guy had to do was sit there and stand on top of what they've been doing for 4 years in this economy. Devastating it. And if it were to keep on, if they win, it would keep being devastated. Even more. So all he had to do was sit there and speak his piece about what they did. Because you can stand on it. There's no way out of what the Democrats did. There's no way. No way. These people telling the National Guard to stand down. In the border patrol to stand down for over a damn year and just let all these people in here. And not only that, give them money and then bust them off to states for what? Why? And we're not just talking about, Central Americans. It was everybody crossing the border. And when they tell these lies about these people, they're coming in to help the economy. How do you help an economy? when you're not legal? How do you help an economy when you're working for no money? How do you help an economy when you're sending that money back home? Why don't they just call this the United Refugee Camp? Let's just call it that. I mean, the people that's coming, yeah, you might be living better than you're living back at home if you're coming from a third world country, but you're just paying all this money just to live. All your money is going to, that's it. And this is what I don't get. If you come to this country, you already, it should have been going on for decades, okay? Look, if you're coming from a third world country and you're trying to get the hell out of there, there's no way that you should be coming here living better than the poor people that's already here. If you came here, right, and you lived in the ghettos, in the slums of America, or lived in the hood, you would still live 5 times better than what you lived in your country. You would still be living way better, right? And you still would have a better opportunity of having something and being something than you did in your country. But instead, many of these people, I don't care if they came over here legally or illegally, they should be living like that first. There's no damn way you should have people that's been in this country for generations who are poor, and you have immigrants coming here and going straight to middle class neighborhoods or living good or nice neighborhoods. There's no way. How is that? I don't understand. And you can't say nothing for that. You can't live better than the people that's already been living here. When you first get here, you got to be under them, especially if you don't even know the damn you don't even know English. They wouldn't want it in their country. Let me try. The same stuff that generation Americans don't want in their country, these people won't want other people coming in their country and just going in front of them. They wouldn't want it. You're supposed to be anti-American, anti-immigrant, or whatever like that, because these are the things that you value as an American and generation American. But what do they value as a generational, wherever they came from, right? Haitian, Mexican, Venezuelan. Don't they love their country? Don't they value stuff about their country? I'm trying to tell you, man. Like I said, I'm not running my mouth. My people are here from the 1700s on my dad's side, as far as I can trace back, and my mother from the 1600s. It's no joke. American through and through right here. I don't know nothing else but American. And I'm not trying to knock anybody who came yesterday or, a first generation American. But the people that's coming over here and they got something up in their car mirror, Haitian, Dominican, Cuban, Venezuelan, whatever. That's what they banging in the place that I only know about. American. And that's the only flag you should be banging if you ran over here. If you're so proud to be that, why don't you go back over there? And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not going to bang an American flag in somebody else's country. I'm not going to do that. I'm just not going to do that. I want you to be proud of your culture. Okay, maybe that's what you're doing. You're doing it for your culture, right? You're happy to, the Cuban culture, the Dominican culture. That's fine. But it don't seem like that. It seems like you're more proud of that country because that's the country's flag. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not knocking anybody's culture. I'm not. I love people's culture. I interact with all kind of different cultures. It's nothing about that. There's cultures over here that's, people from other countries that's been here for, decades, and even centuries. So I'm not knocking that. I'm telling you what I see in the United States. And the United States is the biggest joke. And these people, start with these people. starting with these people that they always elect. And you don't elect nothing. Like I said, there's a popular vote and what? Electoral vote. The citizens don't get the electoral vote. They get the popular vote. The electoral vote votes the president in. And who gets the electoral vote? The who of who, right? Congressmen, Senate people, and they pick some rich, wealthy people. That's who gets that vote. Go look at the law. Right? The popular vote is just a feel-good vote. That's all it is. And this is what I'm going to say. If this is going to be a melting pot, which I have no problem with, this is what it is. You can't stop it. It's been like that for a long time. A melting pot of different cultures, different races, all this stuff, right? If it is that, it's going to continue to be that, let's make it look like that, right? Let's take all the white people off the damn money, these past presidents who, that's what history says, they were slave owners, they were racist, they were all this. Let's take these people off the money, right? And put everybody on the money. From Indians to Arabs to, white people, so-called African Americans, Haitians, Indians, Asians. Let's get everybody on the money, right? This is a country of everybody now. That's what it is. And it's been like that for a while. It's not a country of white people and black people. This is what they do, right? They always keep the black people and the white people at the forefront of the news and everything, right? Black people are like under everybody in this country as far as economically. And it's been like that for a while. So I don't know why black people are always put up in the damn news like they're running something in the United States. They're the poorest people under every ethnicity in this country. That's a whole different story. Right? Black people have been in this country as long as white people. There's no way any other ethnicity, as far as groups, should be over these people that fought in all the wars, that's been in this economy, that's made this culture, everything. But yeah, this is what I'm saying. You got to, and I'm just talking, you could put, famous people on the money that did, historic people. You could put Martin Luther King on there. You could put JFK on there. You could put, some historic Spanish people on there that did certain things. Indian people. It could be doctors, scientists, anything. Celebrities. Maybe civil rights people. But you got to get these people off. I mean, you could keep a president on there. Okay, put George Washington on there. Maybe put Obama. You got to make this thing the real melting pot that it really is. Because everybody is here doing business, has money, been here for generations. Everybody. I don't care if white people don't like it. They can have their people on the money too. There's nothing wrong with that. But you can't tell me this is a melting pot and it's all white people on the money. For what? You're telling me this is their country? How? If you look at their ethnic makeup, really, white people are not the majority. Ever since I know, if you go to any city, any town, there's always been black people there. Any small town, any big city, there's always been black people in those cities, in those towns. So how can they be the 15% that they're talking about? They've always been in every city and every town. And trust me, I know, I trap.